Xavier Wills, RX Muscle Australia. I'm here with four-time Mr. Australia and pro qualifier competitor, Scotty Goble. Now, Scotty, we are 2 days out of FitX 2014. You're going to be doing a pro qualifier class. You're up against the likes of Josh Lenardowitz, Sandy Crawford, Benny Townsend. Don't have any other names that are in there, but, I mean, mate, how are you feeling? You told me you smashed down 1,000 carbs today.
Smashed down 1,000 yesterday. I'm on my way to repeating that again today. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just at that phase where you're just trusting the process, ticking off all the boxes, and I am still assessing my physique and seeing how it's reacting, and I'll cut back on the carbs quite severely tomorrow. More, not so much because I think I'm going to spill over or anything like that, but more just a case I want to keep the stomach really tight. I think that's something I'll have as an advantage over some of my competitors, so I want to be able to utilise that and pull the vacuum out and emphasise that on the day. So, yeah, just do what needs to be done, mate. You know, it's like you run through that mental checklist in your head constantly the last few days, tan up here, carb up there. You know, you've already packed and done everything, but I've got to, you know, pack, get the posing music, trunks, everything. Yeah. And it's just running that constant mental checklist to make sure you're on top of everything.
Yeah, for sure. Now, what's your weight doing now, like after all those carbs, and what's going to be on stage, do you reckon?
Mate, honestly, I have no idea. I haven't jumped on the scales. I haven't actually. I've gone into hiding. I've got out of Doherty's gym. I was afraid if I was down at Doherty's that Tony would want me to do a quick airport run or do something or race down to the exhibition centre with a box full of brochures to drop off to someone. So I've gone into hiding. He's been fantastic about it, and he's let me just go into hermit mode. So I haven't actually had access to the scales. I didn't bother jumping on the Spartan scales because they're always different. So I don't know. I've definitely filled out a lot in the last couple of days. I imagine I'm around 117, 118, something like that. Yep. And I'll probably be a little bit heavier again tomorrow, and then I'll dry out and be thereabouts on comp day.
Excellent. What have you most improved this year? I mean, in terms of you've added size to your physique. Is it been added in one area or a few areas more than others, do you think?
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think my upper body has improved a little bit more than my legs. Yep. Had a fairly chronic knee injury throughout the year, which stopped me from training legs for about 3 months while I got it treated. But having said that, I think my legs may be their all-time best now, just because I've trained with a different volume style approach and sort of I guess a high intensity without super heavy weights, and I think they might have actually improved a little bit. So I would say the thing that people are going to notice is just all over thickness. I think finally I've got a little bit of balance to my frame, and in the past where there were holes that need to be filled out, those holes aren't there anymore.
Yeah, sure. Now, obviously, you and Josh Lenardowitz, who are both doing it, I've interviewed both of you guys. You're both very confident. You're both thinking that you're both going to win an IFBB Pro card. Someone's going to be, you know, obviously disappointed at the end of a weekend, or not even at the end of a weekend, on Saturday in 2 days' time. Do you have any predictions into? Obviously, you think you're going to win, but do you have any predictions after that? You know, just say you weren't in the show. Do you think it'd be Josh?
I would think so, but you know, it's the old cliche of you can only control yourself, and you can't control your competitors and you can't control your judges. But having said that, when I got ready for last year's pro qualifier, I had very much was at peace with the thought of losing, which is a strange way to go into a show. But yeah. I was like, look, if Shembry wins it, you know, I'll be pretty happy. And you know, if Gary wins it, look, Gary's a freak. You know, what could I do about that? And all this sort of stuff. That in the lead up to this one, probably the biggest difference for me has been my mindset, and I've only been positive, and I've only seen myself winning, and I'm incredibly unprepared for the thought of losing. Yeah. And I was actually thinking that today, and not that I've really taken the visualization that far, where I'm on the pro stage and doing stuff like that. I think the whole process in my head is the pro qualifier. If I get to the pro stage, I'm going to be as chill as, because it's already everything's done as far as I'm concerned. That's just icing on the cake. And I was honestly thinking the other day, I was like, actually, what if I lose And I was like, I think I'll be devastated this time. I might do a Kai Green. It's very possible I won't be at the pro show. It's very possible I won't rock up the next day to do the Aussie Muscle Radio.
I was actually saying this to Mick. I was thinking I don't know if Scotty will want to do it.
It's possible that. 3 months later, you'll be like, "Where's Scotty? Oh, he's a drug addict now. He's living beneath a bridge." So it's I'm going in a totally different headspace, and whether that turns out to be a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. Yeah. I might be backstage crying if I don't win it. I might be backstage crying with elation if I do win it.
Yeah.
But look, my prediction is I'll definitely look my all-time best. Unless Josh looks significantly, and both Andy and Josh and Benny, unless they look significantly better than they've ever looked before, they won't be able to beat me.
Excellent. Well, we can't wait for FitX 2014. Myself, I'm obviously competing, but I can't wait to see those pro qualifier classes. They're going to be absolutely insane, especially yours and the 212. I mean, most guys, that's what we're looking forward to out there, and we're looking forward to seeing who takes those classes. And hopefully, for your sake, Scotty, and for Aussie Muscle Radio's sake, you're one of those pro qualifying winners. So for Xavier Wills and Scott Goebel, rxmuscle.com.au.